Hey everyone. So, I want to talk about a book I just finished that really challenged the way I think about the future, The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman. Suleyman is one of the co-founders of DeepMind, so he's not just some outsider speculating on tech. He's been inside the room with the people shaping it. And that perspective comes through in the book. He doesn't just describe what AI or synthetic biology are. He talks about how they interact, how fast they're evolving, and how ill-equipped we are to manage what's coming. The core metaphor is right there in the title, a wave. Not a product, not a trend, not a single disruption, but a wave of change, reshaping as it goes. What really stuck with me, and this was probably my favorite idea in the whole book, was the focus on general purpose technology, or GPTs. He explains that throughout history, there are only a handful of technologies that show up and just rewrite the rules of the world. Think the printing press, electricity, the internet. These weren't just tools. They became platforms for entire new civilizations to grow out of. And Suleiman argues that AI is the next one, and maybe the most powerful one yet. But here's the big thing. AI isn't just going to change one thing. It's going to speed everything else up. That's the real core of his argument. It's not just that AI will do things. We've already seen that. It's that it accelerates how fast other technologies evolve. Research, development, deployment, it all starts moving faster. That blew my mind a bit. I'd been thinking of AI like, cool, it can write essays and generate art. But this book reframed it as the ultimate accelerator. AI doesn't just build the car, it builds the factory that makes the car faster than we can keep up. Then Suleiman brings in synthetic biology, and it feels like you're watching someone stack dynamite. He says that when you combine AI with the ability to design life at the molecular level, the changes become exponential, not just powerful, but unpredictable. What I liked here was that he didn't go full dystopia. He acknowledges the upside. He talks about life-saving drugs, engineered food that could solve hunger, even climate remediation, but he's clear-eyed about the risks too. Not, what if someone builds a robot army? More like, what happens when powerful tools are cheap, accessible, and ungoverned? This leads into one of the most important arguments of the book, that we are not in control. Suleiman calls it the containment problem. The idea is simple but scary. How do you stop something that's moving faster than your ability to contain it? Right now, the tech world moves on the principle of move fast and break things. But when the thing you break is biological security, economic stability, or even reality itself, that's a whole different ballgame. And this doesn't feel theoretical anymore. We're already starting to lose our grip. Between AI-generated misinformation, deepfakes, synthetic voices, it's getting harder to tell what's real. And this book was written before tools like ChatGPT and image generators got as advanced as they are now, which means we're already starting to live inside Suleiman's early vision. Now here's where the book surprised me the most, is the future it predicts. But what matters more is understanding the scope of the change ahead. That hit home for me. We spend so much time asking, what's next? What's the next app, the next tool, the next platform? But this book zooms out and says, what's next might not look anything like now. That shift in perspective is what gave the book its emotional weight for me. I don't think the value of this book is in its technical accuracy. I think the real power is in how it makes you feel the scale of transformation and the moral, social, and political challenges that come with that. For me, this wasn't a book about gadgets. It was a book about change itself. And it reminded me that we're not spectators. We're living through a real-time rewrite of how the world works. And that means we have a responsibility to think deeply about what we're building and why. I appreciated that Suleiman didn't pretend there was a simple solution. He's not selling optimism or doom. He's giving us a framework for understanding how change happens and why this time might be different. And that framework, this idea of general purpose tech reshaping the world, is something I have been thinking about. So if you're curious about where the world is headed, not just in terms of AI or science fiction, but in terms of power, politics, ethics, and control, I think The Coming Wave is absolutely worth reading. It's big picture, it's grounded in real experience, and more than anything, it's a reminder that the most important tech questions aren't about what can we do, but what should we do now that we can do anything. I'm really curious what other people in class take away from this book.